These are the part numbers that you may need. This is the, maybe I can zoom it up here. This is the easier gasket right here between the housing and the heat exchanger, and this is the much harder gasket between the oil housing and the engine block. Okay, so 4 and 5. So 4 is part number ends in 821, and 5 is the 820. So this is a 2011 535i, and I'm doing the oil filter housing gasket, the simple one, easy one I've already replaced. It's basically right between these two metal plates. This is the heat exchanger, and it's between the plate of the body of the filter housing here. So that's easy, just one bolt E12 socket here, and then one underneath there. Right there, you can't quite see it, but that's pretty simple. Take that off, replace the gasket, and you're done. Now I'm tackling the harder one, the one that's kind of behind there, behind these wires. So we'll see how it goes. And this is a N55 motor, obviously 300 horsepower twin turbo. So I'm gonna take the cover off first. I've just unclipped this using a screwdriver. Unclip the looks like a coolant hose here, and I'm lifting up the cover. There was some clips, I believe, around here and one here, and there's a couple in the back. You just kind of pull up on it, and about 4 spots where it's clipping into the body of the engine. Okay, I got it unclipped, loosened up. These were the 2 spots, 1, 2, as I said, 4, and let's see, 1 and 2. Okay, looks like right here. Let me just settle this down. 1 here and 1 over here. Okay, so you gotta lift it up in those 2 spots here and pull out from the other 2. I'm in the process of removing the air box. So I kind of got it lifted up here a little bit by pulling this part to the front of the vehicle and loosening it up a little bit. There's at least one clip holding the airbox here, so you gotta just pull it up straight up. And looks like there may be another clip right up there that's giving me a headache right now, right up there deep below. I've also loosened the 2 clamps here. I don't know if that's gonna do anything, but I've loosened 1 and 2. I was kind of just hoping to get away with this one. So I'm gonna keep on pulling it. I think it should go if I pull on that clip right there, the one I'm pointing at. Okay, I got the box loosened up, I think. What I had to do is, as you can see, those 3 clips here for wires. They were really blocking. They were really holding the airbox tied down. Okay, to the intakes. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, I had to watch out. There's a bunch of clips here, so even those are not that easy to take off. Even simple things like that, you kind of have to put your screwdriver inside and wiggle, and then pull up at the same time. So that's separated. There's that one clip holding it that airbox sits on, and there's another clip right there that I finally yanked the airbox out of. Again, this one is still loosened up, so I'm gonna probably try to pull the airbox out now, out of that air tube going to the left. Okay, as I said, I pulled out, and it went out pretty, came up pretty easily. So there's the airbox. Okay, gonna set it here, and here's the exposed intake. Okay. Oh, okay. So there seems to be the third one. There you go. 1, 2, and 3. So you have to pull on them really hard. But again, make sure you take the wires off, because the wires will not let you do anything. Okay, the wires, and finally this guy and that guy right there. Now that I have access to the intake manifold, I'm gonna remove the 2 screws that hold some of the wires and obstruct access to the last bolt. There's 7 nuts/bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7th is behind, so I need to get to the 7th one. So I'm trying to remove these 2 bolts over there to make some room. So I just removed them. They are 20, I think Torx 25 here. As you can see, I can easily lift up right now, and this will give me access to the 7th screw, 7th bolt somewhere in there. Okay, and by the way, these are size 11, 7 times size 11. So that's what I'm gonna do next. So what I'm doing right now is taking the 7 bolts / nuts off of the intake manifold. You can see they're out already, and then I'm actually now working on the hardest of all of them, the 7th one right there. Okay, so just make sure you don't drop anything, because it's really easy to do. And I also took this little line off from this clip to kind of let the manifold loosen up. Manifold is kind of loose already, if you can see. I'm actually wiggling right now, so I'm slowly gaining access to the 3rd worst E10 Torx, external Torx screw right there. So I'm making access, as you can see, slowly. So all the 7 nuts, 6 nuts and 1 bolt are out, and I was able to loosen up the intake manifold. There's a big gap here right now. I kind of just pulled on it, and now I have what I hope is a fairly decent access to this E10 Torx. I'm hoping to reach it from here exactly. Okay, with a swivel, an extension, a swivel. So that's my next plan, to tackle that bolt there. Finally, after fighting with this for 20 minutes, I've pulled the intake manifold out a little bit more, and I'm slowly gaining access to the E10 Torx down there. Hopefully I can now just simply undo it using a ratchet. One of my problems is that I'm using a 3/8 drive. 3/8 drive is that much thicker, right? If you had the 1/4 or whatever that is, would have been much easier. Okay, here it is. All this just so I can simply do this. Okay, all this just for one purpose, to reach that bolt there. Okay, mine is simply halfway done. So one more here and one another will be down here. Here. It's gonna be a little tough to get to as well. Ironically, it turned out that E10 over there wasn't actually the hardest one, or at least I had a tool for it. I had the 3/8 socket for it right here. It turned out this one gave me almost as much trouble. I had to go to a store and pick up one of these sets, external Torx ratcheting set, because there was just no room to put a 3/8 socket under. As you can see, it's so extremely tight. So I've got it loosened up now, so I'm good to go. So 1, 2, this one has been taken out already, and 3 right there is also pretty loose already. So I'm ready to remove the oil filter housing. As soon as I remove these 3 bolts. Now some I think coolant and oil is gonna spill, so I have to be careful, so I can be recording obviously. But yeah, I'm good to go. So this bottom bolt has given me total hell. Really hard, really difficult to take out. I've been on it for 15 minutes, but finally I got it loosened up, and some fluid started dripping, so I put some rags. So that one's out, this one's out, and that one is almost out. I can do it quite easily, like so. There we go. So yep, I got a E10 on that, so hopefully I can put this one. This is my biggest nightmare now, this one, but it should be good for now, hopefully. I got it all loose now, totally loose. 2 bolts are gone, but that one is still giving me a nightmare. Oh, still giving me a headache. Bunch of fluid leaked out, and I'm still working on that bolt. I finally got it loose, but it's so tight that I think what I'm gonna do is I got it loose, but it's so tight that I think I'm gonna undo the small the easy gasket here, not the small one, the easy one here. So by doing that, you'll get to see what it entails. Okay, 3 bolts, 1, 2, and third one at the bottom. So to make some more room, I've actually gone ahead and done the smaller, not the smaller, sorry, the easier gasket. So I've removed the cooler, and here's the my actually recently replaced gasket. So now I should be able to move this out of the way, and hopefully somehow lift this guy up, and by doing so, make room, get access to the other gasket. Okay, so finally I've managed to pull it out and kind of lock it in place for cleaning and changing of the gasket. So this is the harder gasket to get to, and this is your easier one. I'm gonna replace the harder one now. The easier one has been done a week ago. And then reassembly. So I got it mostly cleaned up and almost ready for reassembly. What it looks like. That's your easier gasket here, and the inner harder gasket right here. I have to still replace it. For now I just pretty much cleaned it up a little bit, as much as I could. Okay, so I've just pried out the old gasket, and I'm gonna take it out now and put the new one in. The new one is here. There you go. There's a brand new gasket installed and ready to go. It's going to go right on there. So it's doing the reassembly now, and I'm wondering if I got the top bolt in. I'm wondering if the bottom bolt here, the front one that gave me so much trouble, would actually be much easier removed with the heat exchanger away. So I'll try to do it. It looks like it's much more accessible now, so perhaps it's going to be much easier. And then of course the back one there. I was beginning to regret to do this job. It turned out to be a lot harder and not what I thought actually. So not that one, not that bolt there, but this one here was the worst of all of them. So I ended up having to take this hose off, held by two 10mm bolts. This provides the cooling, or takes away the cooling from, and it goes into there, you can see. And the E10 is where I spent the last hour trying to put it back. Basically there was no room for the ratchet, so for the socket and for the ratchet and for the extension, so I had to take the hose off, and now I'm screwing it back. But still on it, still don't have that bolt back in place here. So what I did now, I just can't get it aligned with the housing, so it won't go in. But for now I just inserted this one, which again, remember, that was supposed to be the nightmare. This wasn't too bad at all. So I got this one in easily and this one in easily too. So now I'm gonna hope that because those two are aligned, the third one is gonna go easily. After about an hour or 2 hours total trying to figure out what to do with this bolt, here's my solution. So take out the hose, as I said before, put the bolt manually, sort of a 45-degree angle. That was my biggest problem, I couldn't put it on manually. And then use small ratchet with a swivel. And I think I got it on finally. And I finally got it. So I finished with an extension and a E10 here, as well as you can see. Okay, so extension and E10 here. Extension, and because the intake is lifted, I have easy access to this guy. And this one is really hard still, and you cannot even torque it properly because it's I had to finish with this guy. Okay, so I kind of did it by hand, by feel, and that should be it. I should be able to reassemble the rest of it now. Time to connect the hose with the two 10mm bolts back into its position. I wouldn't have been able to screw that bolt. You can see the bolt now. I wouldn't have been able to do it without removing this hose, so there was no way. Okay, the oil housing and the cooler are back in place. Everything is screwed in. This is that's the cooling line that I've disconnected back on. Pretty easy. Two 10mm bolts, just extremely tight. All the nuts are on. The bolts are on. I can see that one below there. This is pretty tight, pretty good. That one there too. So time to realign the intake manifold and start sort of connecting things back. So I'm gonna start by aligning the intake manifold. Part is pretty simple. I'm simply putting back one bolt and 6 nuts after realigning the intake manifold. Should be on there pretty good. I think it's all good. And as you can see, I'm just putting them back. After tightening up the intake manifold, I'm gonna reinstall those two Torx 25 screws to hold some of the wires inside, close tight. And then I'm fixing all the wires, making sure they're back in place as they were before. And next I'm gonna reinstall the airbox, making sure it goes into both 3 pins here sticking out. Clips right on top of them, and then goes into the air tube here and one over there. And then I'll tighten up the clamps as well, 1 and 2. Okay, so now the airbox is back in place. What I did was first I attached it here, then I kind of tilted it, aligned with the air intake here. That was a bit of trouble, and only then I lowered the whole thing. Initially I made a mistake and I lowered the the airbox, and then tried to put this guy inside, and it didn't work. So then I pulled up again, left that part in, and aligned it sort of at an angle so I had more room to play. What I also did was I reinserted back those little rubber holders back into the metal clips to hold the wires in place. So now everything should be back to normal, and the last thing is I believe it's just the cover. Let's go, it's gonna go on like this. Again, those two guys will go right here, and then one clip here, one clip here, and that should be it. As I'm cleaning up here, getting ready to test it, knock on wood, everything's good. I'm gonna add some antifreeze because some of it leaked out. It's under the car right now. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. Knock on wood, it seems to be working just fine and sounds very good actually.